Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome back to Taco's Virtual Mode as you are here for another Talk About It Friday, where we answer some really fun questions and dive into some really fun discussion. So I hope that you stick around and get to see what the questions are for this week, and I hope that this time is enjoyable for you and that you take this time to have some great discussions to bring back to your family and friends for Friday and the weekend. So let's get started. Here we go! Alright everybody, you know what time it is? It is time for the starter. So today's starter kind of has to do with the fact that we are now into the spring season. You know, we just had the spring equinox and the weather's kind of coming in and it's going to be warmer and it's going to get rainy like our typical springs are. But the question for today is, what is your favorite spring activity? So something that I really enjoy about spring is how we're coming off of winter and we get to start doing all kinds of fun things that kind of prep us for the summertime. You know, we're getting back outside, we're doing a lot of things in the outdoors, and there's all kind of activities that you can partake in. And one of my favorite things that I like doing in the springtime is pumping up the bike tires and getting back out on the trails. Yes, I really enjoy riding my bike. And since I've moved down to this area in Wisconsin, it's something that until I moved into this current apartment that I'm at, I couldn't really do because I was more kind of in the city of Milwaukee. And now that I live kind of where there are trails, I am going to enjoy riding my bike all over the place this spring, hopefully. I gotta get down to my garage and I got to pump up those tires though, because after the winter they are definitely flat. So I'm excited to finally be able to get on my bike, and I hope that you guys are too. I know that some of you guys have been riding your bikes, so that's really fun. But I am really going to enjoy getting back out on my bike this spring. Alright everybody, please, if you have any really fun spring activities that you enjoy doing and that you're excited to get back into, come on over and share them. And I would love to see an email from you, a text or a comment or something like that. Just let us know what your favorite spring activity is. And with that being said, now we're going to get into our comical questions. So this first comical question really isn't a question, but more or less a story time. And so the question / story is, share an embarrassing scar story. So I'm sure we all have those crazy scars on our body. You know, no one goes scarless in their life.
Because we're humans.
We are, you know, we're clumsy. We do things that hurt ourselves.
Not on purpose.
And I certainly do have
An embarrassing scar story.
It is certainly one of the scar stories that I would maybe lie about if I
was in a situation where I wanted to impress people.
But it is a scar story nonetheless that I do not like to tell.
But I am willing to share with you guys for the sake of this funny comical question.
So friends, on my right leg, about mid-shin, I have this deep scar that is, you know, it's faded over the years, but it is still very prevalent on my leg.
And it is definitely an embarrassing story.
So to save you from the
I was attacked by a shark.
I beat down on a lion.
I'm gonna get right to it. I was in my kitchen at home, and I was reaching up in the cupboard for
A ketchup bottle.
And when I reached up for the ketchup bottle, I got it, and I noticed that I had to take off the plastic topping before I could, you know, squeeze it out, because
A lot of the time you have to unscrew the cap and then take off that little top.
while I was unscrewing the cap,
And for some reason,
I lost grip of the ketchup bottle.
so now I have the ketchup bottle tumbling to the ground while I also have the cap. And my brain was like,
Dude, you gotta catch him at the same time.
so I go down to reach for the ketchup bottle and try to like grab it with my left hand while I go ahead and take the falling cap and
Pin it to my leg.
well, what had happened was the cap had opened up, so there was that sharp piece, well not sharp, but it was a pointed part of the top of the ketchup bottle.
that I pinned to my leg.
And when I pinned it to my leg,
It scraped a hole into my leg.
so here I am with the caught ketchup bottle in my left hand and my now,
Penetrated leg with the cap stuck into my right leg.
and of course I didn't think it was gonna be much. I thought I was just going to have a scratch for a few days, but this scar took a long time to heal. It always was there, and it was,
Something that didn't look that great.
and turns out it left a very deep impression on my leg. And that, my friends,
Is my embarrassing scar story.
I have plenty of other scars on my body that have actual accidents occur, like falling off my bike or, you know, tumbling down a hill or something like that. But this one takes the case for being the most embarrassing because it simply came from a ketchup bottle mishap. So I understand if you don't want to share any of your embarrassing scar stories. I thought I would just throw mine out there. But if you do and you really want to tell that story and get kind of back into that moment of really having like that scar that's going to be there now and you kind of are embarrassed about it, feel free to share it. I'm here to listen to your scar stories just like I told you mine. Okay friends, this second question is kind of a fun one. I've had it on my mind for a while and now I'm really glad that we can answer it for this episode here of Talk About It Friday. And this question is, what movie would be better as a musical? Okay, I know that we have a lot of fans of this series. I know this because a lot of the times in middle school tacos, it would take up much of the discussion that we'd have in our free time. We were always debating about which movies were better, which characters were better.
And I want you to hear me out for this answer.
I'm gonna say that the Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically the Avengers series,
Would be epic if it was a musical.
Okay, now I know the pushback. You're gonna be like,
What in the world are you thinking, Wade? Making superheroes sing songs and everything like that?
but I want you to think about all the crossover things that have had musicals that weren't before. They're always kind of really unique and interesting, and I think there would be so many dramatic songs and so many big moments in the MCU.
That would be so cool if it had songs to it.
Think about the MCU, you know, the theme song for the Avengers.
It is so powerful and so crazy.
Now put it into the movies and have the heroes singing some words to these things,
It would be epic.
and you know they get dramatic in those battle scenes
And imagine Thanos singing a song.
and like conquering people. And now think about like epic fight scenes and how they could do like choreographed dance and things like that.
I know it sounds weird.
But I need you to hear me out. Wouldn't it be cool if they could make it into a musical? Now I know there will be some firm debaters on this course in which I tried to go with this answer, so let me hear what you have to say about maybe having an Avengers musical. Let me hear what you think. Let me hear if you really dislike that idea or something that you're like,
Oh my goodness, it actually might be really cool.
okay friends, those are the comical questions for today. I hope you really enjoyed talking about what you think would be cool as a musical and maybe kind of taking into my consideration of the Avengers being an interesting twist on what a musical movie could look like. But now we're going to get into the final part of our day, which we're going to talk about our project that we just completed with the Silver Spring Intermediate School and their student council. I just wanted to get on here today for this Talk About It Friday and thank the community so much for all their support in packing snack packs for the guest house. If you're not familiar with what we've been doing, the confirmation class at COS has been doing snack packs for the guest house through January and into February. And then something that the tacos community wanted to think about was ways in which we can expand upon this. So we reached out to the Silver Spring Intermediate School and asked them if there were any clubs or anything that really had project needs that they wanted to do. And we got back with the student council and they were so excited to take on a project. And the overwhelming support for the donations, the people that came on Sundays to pack, was simply overwhelming, amazing, and awesome. The donations that came in were able to supply us for all 3 weeks that we packed and packed well over 400 snack packs for the guest house of Milwaukee. These snack packs go down to the guest house every Sunday and then they are used for people to have snacks as they go out for the day because the shelter has the residents leave for the day. So they were able to have a snack pack with them for the day. And it was so cool to see how many donations were coming in every week. All the time I would be coming in on Sunday mornings and it would be like, holy moly, there's just so much more food here. There's just so much more snacks. There was so much left over that we will be able to support not only SOS with more of the granola bar donations, but they're also going to supply us with lunch supplies for our upcoming work projects that we plan to do with Hephatha Lutheran Church in Milwaukee for our summer mission event that we're going to be doing with them. So I cannot thank you enough for all the support that you have given the tacos community and our broader community and our mission partners. And you guys rocked it. You guys were so awesome with all of the donations. And thank you guys for coming out and helping. And we look forward to working more with the school district and the student council at Silver Spring Intermediate. And I also want to thank Tacos people who came out last week for the awesome service project that we did in completing the rest of the snack packs and also helping with some of the Easter egg hunting things for the COS coming this Sunday. So overall, I just want to say thank you for the great support. As always, through this pandemic, the tacos community has pulled through and put together some really cool projects that I know we can all be super proud of. So I want to keep up with that positive energy as we get closer to being back to normal. And I want you to look forward to these opportunities because they're not going away anytime soon. We will always be doing things to support our community and our mission partners surrounding us. So I just just wanted to end today by saying thank you. Alright friends, that is all that we have for this week. Thank you for tuning in and talking, and I hope you have some great discussions for your family and friends for the rest of this day and into your weekend. Do with it what you want with all these questions and all the discussion. And if you want to, reach out and let me know what you think about any of these questions, don't hold back. I'm here and ready to talk. So, with that being said, I will leave you for this Friday. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here with some motivation on Monday. Have a good one, everybody.